Talking to Ingrid, and it became clear to me that she hasn't told her family much about me. Você falou de mim para seu pai alguma coisa?
No.
I've been married 4 times. 3 have been American, and 1 was Brazilian.
I'm not gonna lie to you, this dude right here, yeah, he's an interesting one. For the people that don't know, he is in a wheelchair. Something happened to him a long time ago that pretty much put him in a position where he became paralyzed. And he is making it up, he's making his whole story about how he got injured into a big story where he's saying that, oh, she doesn't actually know the full story behind what happened to me. I'm sitting there thinking, hold on a minute. Bro, this happened to you, what, maybe 20 years ago? And you're making it into like a big story as if it happened to you like the other day, as if it's really going to affect how she judges you for something that happened to you like 30 years ago, not 20 years, 30 years ago. And then at one point when he's even talking about what really happened to him, he starts crying. And in my mind, I'm thinking, what man would still be emotional about something that happened to him 30 years ago? Wouldn't have taken that time to heal and to understand that this is where he's at. And then I thought about it some even more. Listen, I'm going deep into it before we even go into this, but that's how deep this is. And then I thought about it, I said, well, since then, this guy has gone off to the Olympics, he's done all these little sports, blah, blah, blah. So he's got comfortable with the idea that his legs can't walk, that he can't walk anymore, and that one of his hands has a little bit of a struggle here and there. You know what I'm saying? But all of a sudden, boom, I don't know, I'm seeing this guy crying as he's telling the story. And straight off the bat, and in my humble opinion personally, people can maybe disagree with you if you like, but to be honest with you, a man that can cry very easily is usually a man that knows how to manipulate, if you ask me personally. You look at Manuel, listen, that guy cries off the bat because he's playing the tear game, you know what I'm saying, okay? And I'm just saying, but generally speaking, for a man to cry, it can generally take quite a lot, or it has to be something quite deep to him for him to cry, you know what I mean? Men don't just cry off the whim just like that. And I'm just saying, straight off the bat, this guy right here, something isn't making sense. Now let's talk about this. He's already had how many wives? How many divorces? Hold on a minute, let's go back a second.
Talking to Ingrid, and it became clear to me that she hasn't told her family much about me. Você falou de mim para seu pai alguma coisa?
So first and foremost, he wants to go to Brazil, right? Spoiler alert, he wants to go to Brazil, and he wants to obviously see things work with her, and pretty much, he hasn't said it, but he wants to basically propose. That's the nutshell. But that's just a trend of his. He hasn't said he's going to do it, but he's going to do it, right? But why are you going to go to Brazil and then be with somebody who hasn't even told you about her family yet? And also, is that a trend? I mean, Diaz did the same thing. What the hell was going on? Anyway, let's continue.
No.
I've been married 4 times. 3 have been American, and 1 was Brazilian. I had several relationships in Brazil, including a few failed engagements. And most of these women were quite a bit younger than me. I really think Ingrid is different than the others.
Let that sink in. 4 marriages and a couple of failed engagements. So how many women has this guy been trying to marry? Like, it's like, bro, are you like a hopeless romantic, or are you just desperate to have a woman come in your life and look after you? Well, like, what is the deal? What are you looking for? That's crazy desperation right there. 4 marriages. 4 marriages. Can you believe that? And engagement within the time. Listen, on average, his marriages must last probably a year or 2, and then it's done. And the engagements, the relationship must last probably like a month or 2, and then it's done. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? I want to know how many engagements he's had as well, because that means this guy has got numbers when it comes to women he's going for and how he's trying to trap them. But also the fact that these women are all younger than him, that can be very subjective. But we're gonna get into it in a second, and then I'm gonna show you how it's not subjective about the fact that he goes for women younger than him.
And we're quite a bit younger than me. Ingrid is also 20 years my junior, so I know Brianna thinks I'm just repeating history.
20 years his junior. Let me tell you something real quick. This girl was literally 2 years older or younger than his daughter currently driving him right now. We got another Benjamin here. You know what I'm saying? Difference is Benjamin, he used Christ as his excuse for his actions, from what I remember. This guy, he hasn't used it yet, but I won't be surprised if he used the obvious as an excuse for his behavior, but who knows?
You know, she's not out there asking for money. That's already different in its own.
With the expectation of getting engaged, you don't have a ring with you.
No, you're safe on that. you know, if I do fall head over heels and everything kicks off 100 degrees, what am I, you know, oh, I promised my daughter I'm not going to do it. And there goes everything.
Like I said, he didn't say he's going to do it, but he's going to do it. 10 years old, he hasn't got a ring yet. Even if he hasn't got one, he'll buy one there. Like, really and truly, this guy's out here hopping on beds upon beds upon beds, engagement after engagement, marriage after marriage. I want to know when he started this madness.
He moves fast, he follows hard, and reasons that she has for dating him. She's only 2 years older than me, and I can't see a world where I would be dating a 51-year-old to give her kids a better life and to give her a better life, because he's so much more than that.
See, the daughter doesn't trust the girl, Ingrid. She thinks that maybe she only wants her dad because she's got 2 kids, and, you know, obviously dad can provide a life for her that maybe she can't have currently in Brazil. Maybe. Listen, that could be it. You never know. But it seems to me as if right now, based on what the daughter's saying, her assumption is that this girl has an agenda. I'm saying that he's got a very weird thing where he just can't heal, or he just can't, like, he's got this weird thing where he keeps going for young girls. It's you know what I'm saying? So it's like we could witness a relationship where both people are just wrong as hell. I don't know, man. Like, you know, when you try and make sense out of my brain cells are being fried as I speak. I can't make sense out of any of this. I can't. Listen, it's been a hard freaking episode, to be fair, because there's a lot that has gone down in this first episode of 90 days before the 90 days. And this season is looking freaking crazy, freaking electric. Electric in a good way, because I like crazy a little bit, you know what I mean? It makes me feel better about my life. I'm not gonna lie to you. But the matter of fact is, just to summarize everything that has gone down, we are dealing with a man, I believe his name is Brian. Brian, yes. Who currently at this moment in time is building up a story where he's making it sound it's going to be a very big story regarding what really happened to him. He's also shown me signs, at least anyway, that he can drop tears just like that. He's also shown signs that when it comes to relationships, he doesn't know how to keep them. He knows how to get into them, but he can't keep them. Also, on top of that, every woman that he's been with, apart from maybe the baby mom, I believe the baby mom is the woman that he was with before he was paralyzed, right? Or disabled, whatever you want to call it, right? So every other woman, by the sounds of it, has been younger than him, or at least most of them have been younger than him. That is very suspect. And now he has a fixation of always going to Brazil, because he says that the women in America are always judging him. The women in Brazil don't judge him. Which, listen, that probably is true, but at the same time, it still feels a bit sus. This is what I'm saying. And the fact that he's still adamant that he has changed his ways when he hasn't is crazy. His daughter said, you move too fast, you need to slow down, don't get engaged. His response is, well, if I fall for her and I like her, well, I'm going to do that. Meaning that he has no logic in his mind about how to even learn from his mistakes. He just wants to be out there, and he just wants to find someone who he can just freaking catch and trap. Meanwhile, she's got 2 kids and she may be using him for, you know, a better life. That's what we know about her so far. Yeah, this is going to be one hell of a season. It's going to be controversial, potentially, you know what I'm saying? And trust me when I tell you, I am not going to be holding back on none of these fools. Then again, though, I never do. But I just feel like this is going to be... I feel like this could be potentially my most savvy season of all time. Potentially. You know what I mean? Yeah, anyway, let's go. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.